Good morning. My name's A.J. Williams.
And I'm Joe Smith.
Joe Smith sitting here beside me, and we build Sure Grip gun and bow racks. And we are starting this podcast this morning. We have sitting here talking about what we were going to talk about on a podcast. The main reason we're here is to talk about gun racks and how we build them and how we got to this point, and then we're going to do a little bit of everything else as we go along.
Yeah, we got some traveling stories to tell. Funny stuff happened on the road, some not so funny stuff, and good times hunting, and several topics.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit of all of that, and to get it started off, the way we started in the gun rack business was a guy by the name of Patrick Ball. I don't know if he wants to be on this or not, but I'm going to put him in there anyway. A guy by the name of Patrick Ball came to my office one day with an awfulest-looking gun rack you ever seen in your life, with the barrels turned up, shoved down in the foam. But it was a working concept of a gun rack, and that's what we started this off of. And make a long story short, after we got doing this, Patrick decided he didn't want to be involved anymore, and he bowed out of it. And I've continued it along. And then after a couple of years, Joe came along, and he was getting out of high school, and he come to my shop wanting a job, and he had to come there 2 or 3 times before I finally hired him. But he came looking for a job, and I hired him. And
See, I don't remember it that way. I come to your shop one time, and then you hired me, and I started to work for you on my birthday, on my 18th birthday.
Well, I had already seen you somewhere before, because that wasn't the first time I had talked to you. Anyway, I hired him, and he worked for me. He's responsible for building all the gun racks. He's responsible for taking all the criticism. I don't get nothing but praise.
I take the blame. He takes the credit. Yep.
And but anyway, we together build gun racks, and we do a lot of other things. We do a little fencing. Joe just got through doing a big job in a house, doing a spiral staircase, and we built handrails. We do a little bit of everything, whatever it takes. But our main reason to here is to do this podcast is to advertise our gun racks, of course, and just talk about different things to our friends and neighbors, whatever they want to talk about. But
just good times we've had.
Yeah. We started these gun racks by building a double gun rack, which was the one that Patrick brought in there. I started that a while ago, and I got off of it. So you'll have to excuse me. I got a tendency to wander around a little bit. But when Patrick brought that in there, and I seen the barrel turned upside down in the foam, I just saw right off it was not going to work. And so we redesigned the gun rack, turned the guns upright, built a double gun rack. And Patrick and I went down to the farm show down in, no, it wasn't the farm show, it was an outdoor show down there on the same complex that they have the farm show down in Moultrie, Georgia. When we got back from that show, and Patrick, I guess, seeing how much time it was going to take, he decided that he wanted to get out. So he got out of the business, and I just kept going. And from that double gun rack, we developed a bow rack and a gun rack, single gun rack. And it all amounts down to what it is right now. Like a guy told me when he come by my booth at a shoot one time, at an outdoor show, he said, "Them looks like it's built in your backyard." And I said, "Yeah, they were built in my backyard." And that's because my shop was right across the backyard. But we do all different kinds of gun racks. We do bow racks. You can take our gun racks and put them on trailers and do implements with them. And just to a variety of different things you can do with our gun racks. What do you think about it, Joe? You tell us something about it. You got it.
So yeah, gun racks rendition from where I started with you in 2007, end of 2007 for 2008. We primarily were selling hunting gun racks and done several hunting shows. I wasn't traveling as much then. I built them at the shop, and AJ went to most of the shows. Uh, as many. You remember what the highest number one year you done was?
Well, the highest number, well, I guess, was the year we got started in sporting clays. And we did sporting clay shoots and outdoor shows.
Yeah, so this would have probably been in 2012, 2013. We done primarily hunting shows there 3 or 4 years. And then we started selling sporting clay racks around 2010, 2011. Then you started going shoots in about 2012. And then we've done quite a few sporting clay shoots in the last 13, 14 years.
Yeah, we are the number one rack on the market for sporting clay hunters.
Oh yeah, only rack to offer a lifetime warranty, money back guarantee, and we'll make it for anything and everything.
Another thing, we've traveled all over the United States. There's very few states we hadn't been into, but
some states we choose not to go back to.
Yeah.
But that'll be a subject for a different podcast.
Right. We have got into about everything on the road. I've had flats. One lucky thing, I've never had a wreck. Yeah. So, and you've never had a wreck.
No.
So we're in good shape doing that.
Yep. I have broke steering box off a truck, and the rear ends come loose, and bolts have fell off, fuel pumps went out. About everything imaginable could go wrong has went wrong.
Yeah.
And when we leave and come back without an issue now, you're just very thankful.
And we've met some mighty good people at these hunting shows and outdoor shows and sporting clay shoots. We've met some people. Patrick Ball used to sell the shooting sticks. I mean, not Patrick Ball.
Sid.
Yeah.
Sid
used to sell the shooting sticks. Yeah. And my mind's not gone, so you have to look over me. Sid had a fold-up shooting stick that sold very well. We run into him at a lot of different shows, a lot of outdoor shows. And the difference between the outdoor shows and the sporting clay shoots is the outdoor shows were always inside a building or in a tent. Very few of them I ever had to do in a tent, but most of them I did. We go to outdoor shows, and they were inside of an air conditioned building with the lights and everything. And you get a 10 by 10 booth, or you get a 10 by 20 booth. And the problem with going to outdoor shows was your booth space was so expensive, and you had to pay for electricity. You had to pay for everything you got. You had to pay for your tables if you didn't have any. And you sold gun racks to hunters, and if they didn't get the crowd in there, then you didn't make your money.
Yep.
And our main objective with going to outdoor shows was to get advertisement, get word of mouth. 99% of our gun racks now are sold by word of mouth. That's why we're starting to do, we're building a new website. If you go on our website at suregriprack.com.
Yep.
And we're building a new website. We're constantly changing it. But the reason we're getting out of that, we have a lot of word of mouth. We have a lot of people that use our gun rack, wouldn't use nothing else. So this is some of the things about our gun rack.
Yep.
And
why we're doing what we're doing now, because with social media growing the way it is and our presence getting larger in it, you know, for our dynamic makes more sense for us to switch over to doing more content like this to reach our followers and customers than doing some of the trade shows, because we don't have the expense isn't there. We still do trade shows, still do sporting clay shows. We're just getting more selective on those that will be there. We're going to have a updated list for this next year coming soon. That way you'll be able to see what events we're going to be at, and all will be posted on our social media links. We have Instagram, Facebook, X, and there's something else. And TikTok, and got to have TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of TikTok.
Yep. And all of this, of course, will be broadcast on YouTube on several instructional videos that we have coming, and our podcast. So that'll be some information that way. If you want to see where we're going to be at and when, we'll try to have that out there to you.
Now, is anything else we need to cover just getting this started?
I think that's pretty.
I think we've covered about everything. From time to time, we having people sit down and talk to us. We may have somebody that does a lot of hunting that may have some deer stories they can tell us. Deer hunters like me and Joe, we just sit around and start talking about deer stories. It gets to where who can tell the biggest lie.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to, at least it'll be video now so we can look back and go, you remember when you said this? Because that ain't how you told it last time.
Yeah, that's like that time I saw a deer laying over in the edge of a dry pond that dead, had a nice 8-point rack on it. And I started to sawing the rack off out and think, I need to take a picture of this and send it to Joe and tell him I killed this deer this morning.
Yeah.
So I backed up, took a picture of it, but I took it too late. He already seen where I put the saw marks on the back of his head. And he said, you didn't kill that deer. And I didn't. But I was going to tell him the truth.
Eventually.
Maybe 10 years from now, but
yeah.
I was going to tell him. But it was stuff like that we do.
Yeah.
And other things that we've had happened in the years past. And anybody that wants to talk to us can come out here and tell us they'd like to be on our podcast and come and talk to us. Anybody that wants to come and talk to us about hunting, about fishing, about politics, it don't make any difference. If you want to talk about a ball game, I'll get my wife down here. She watches all the ball games. She'll tell you all about them. But I do watch baseball game, and I watch some of the WNBA now since Caitlin's on there. And I really like to watch that girl play because she's a really hard worker. But anything that anybody wants to talk about on this podcast, they can talk about them. Everybody's got an opinion, and everybody can express it. We don't care what it is or who it is. We don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican or independent or anything else. If you want to talk to us about it, we'll talk to you about it. We might not agree with it, but we'll still talk to you about it, and we won't downgrade you over it either. So anybody that wants to talk to us, give us a shout.
We'll put that link up with contact info and email where you can reach out and we can get everything lined up. And yep, we'll have a line you can call in and talk to us on a cell phone or something, and we'll have some debates and conversations, good, bad, edited, published, and un.
Okay. Amber, my granddaughter, is doing the filming on this.
So if you
Amber,
like
are
the
they
video
going to have a
quality-
place that they can contact us?
Yeah, I'm setting that up, trying to. So people, they can call and leave voicemails. We'll have a segment where y'all answer voicemails while we record.
That'll be good.
So we're Amber's taking this stuff in school, and she's doing this. She's setting this up for us, and I don't know how much this will help her in her class. I hope it helps her, and I hope it helps us, and I hope people enjoy what we talk about. And so, if there's anything you want to talk about, just let us know.
Yep, some stuff to come. So we know we're going to talk about in some upcoming videos some of our traveling experience, some of the manufacturing aspects of how we build our rack, the way it starts, and we'll try to get some examples in here for the YouTube of kind of where it started and where it is now, to kind of just give a visual aid for those who watch on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll try to show you a gun rack at least every time we have a podcast, that is a different gun rack and what it does. And that will give you some idea. And then if there's something that you've got an ideal on it, that you want to build a gun rack, call us, draw us a picture of it, send it to us. We won't steal your ideal.
Yep.
If it's your ideal, you'll always own it. If you go through us, we're not going to build something and claim it.
Cool.
So if it's something that you want to build, if we think it's worth our time, we'll do it. And if we think it'll work and we don't think it's worth our time, we'll tell you straight up.
Yep.
So,
and then also, if y'all have a topic y'all like to hear us talk about, just our opinion on it, you can send us an email about that as well. We'll be sure to read it and get back with you. And then if we cover it, we will let you know. And then you can agree with us or not. Either way, we don't care. So we'll have a good time debating it on whatever it is.
I think that's going to close us out for the first video.
Well, again, we appreciate y'all being with us today, and on our first podcast, just kind of going over a few basics of what we're going to be covering in our upcoming videos and getting the information out there to where y'all can request topics y'all like us to talk about and so on and so forth. So again, I'm Joe Smith.
I'm AJ Williams.
And we'll see y'all
One thing we
next
got to
video.
do before we go. Amber, how can they find us?
They can find you on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, website.
All that information going to be posted on the end of this video?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm AJ, this is Joe, and we'll see you somewhere down the road. Thank you.
We just got to make sure when you get the gun rack out here, you got to say pull it apart like a chicken. Everybody has commented on that to me. That's going to be on a t-shirt before it's done.
That is. So, I didn't know they was going to put it on TikTok. I wanted to put it on because people have thought